Hey everybody, this is Michelle Baker, and I'm going to do a tutorial on how to create a repeat pattern in Adobe Illustrator. And for this example, we're going to actually mock up our pattern on canvas high top shoes in printful.com. You can go to the search bar and click on shoes and choose whether or not you want women's or men's. For my example, I'm just going to choose women's. And there under file guidelines, got the information that we need a 15-inch by 15-inch artboard. So I'm going to go back to Adobe Illustrator. I've created an artboard that's 15 inches by 15 inches. And for printful.com, we need to work in RGB color mode. So just to double check that, you can go to File and down to Document Color Mode and just make sure you're in RGB color mode. They want us to do that because we're going to send in a PNG file or a photograph for the design work, and they want it to look the same as your photograph. So they're asking us to work in RGB color mode. Okay, so what's important about a repeat pattern is to make sure that any design that comes off the canvas as part of your pattern, that you actually send it to the opposite side with a formula that I'm fixing to show you. So you can select the shape with your selection tool. And the first thing you do to send this design to the other side is click up in the menu bar, click on Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste in Place. Now that we have a copy sitting right here, now we tell it where to go. And you do that by going and typing in negative and the size of the artboard. So -15 in the X value of the transform box. Let me show you how to get the transform box. So you go up to the top to your menu bar and you click on Window and go down alphabetically to the word transform. That gives you this box here. We want to type in -15 right here at the X value. So where the cursor's blinking, I type in -15, which is the size of the artboard. Now watch this pink circle. When I hit enter, it's going to send it to the left-hand side of the artboard in the exact opposite place that it needs to be. Okay, so if you need to send this one off the artboard, which is at the Y value, then the first thing you do is go Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste in Place. Then you come to your Y value and you hit +15. And you can watch that blue box go down to the bottom once I hit enter. And there it is. Okay, and then we need to send the orange up to the top. So we hit -15 in the Y value after we copy. You can also right click and hit copy and then right click again and go to paste in place that way. It may be a little faster. Then you can go to the Y value. It won't do anything if you don't actually paste it in place. It'll move your existing item. I typed in -Y and I was supposed to type in -15. There we go. All right, and then we just have one more to move. We have this green one to move. So right click, copy, right click, paste in place, and then X value, shift 15 or +15, and there we go. Okay, so now I have all of my shapes that are off of the artboard I've sent them to the opposite side. And now to see how your pattern looks actually bigger than what it is, I'm going to show you how to create a clipping mask for your pattern and then how to get rid of the clipping mask once you want to get rid of it. This is not necessary for this project to turn this into Printful.com. This is complete and ready to go, but I do want to show you this so that if you get into designing patterns that are going to be on a yard of yards and yards of fabric or bedding or uh, furniture fabric, then this is how you would take a look at it, see if you like it when it's actually bigger than just the size of your artboard. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a white background. So I'm going to fill it with white, and I'm going to select the rectangle tool. Now I just want it the size of the artboard. So I want it 15 by 15. And if I'm not sure that I got it exact, an easier way to do that is to get that transform box by going up to Window, Transform, and bring that box back. This is the width and height of the box I just drew. So the width is not quite right. So what I want to do is I want to highlight this and type in 15, and then I want to type in 15 down here, because that's what I want, is a 15 by 15. Okay, now once I get that, I can go back and click on the selection tool and come over here back to my box. I want to send this to the back. And so I'm going to right click my mouse and go down to Arrange and send it to the back. All right, so now that's the white background. And I want to do one more box, but I don't want it to have any color to create my clipping mask. So I make sure I have no fill, no stroke, and I click on my rectangle tool again. This won't have any color. And I draw it on top of the box, and I just check the values. Yes, 15 height, width, 15 height. And so now that's going to become my clipping mask, is the box that I put on top. In order to create the clipping mask, you just highlight your artboard. That grabs everything underneath. And you right click and go down to make a clipping mask. And what it does is it has everything off the artboard disappear so that you can see what your artboard looks like drawn out bigger. So now I just hit copy and paste, and I want to line this up correctly so that it looks nice. So I'm going to ask it to align to the artboard vertically, and then to make sure we don't have any lapse in pattern. It looks good. I've just got to get it, get it a little closer. Okay, and now I copy, I hit Command V to paste again, and come down here to the bottom and take a look at it. Okay, that looks good. And then I hit Command V to paste again. And you can see, you can start to see the pattern coming together. And now I'm just selecting the two of them and hitting Option and dragging down a copy. So here is the pattern drawn out really large so that you can see what it might have looked like if it was for a roll of fabric or something. And this is where you can see, is there anything in the pattern that you don't like that you want to change? And you go back to your first and you fill it in. And so that's how you make a repeat pattern for fabric. And then if you want to get the clipping mask off, I can actually move all of this aside and show you how to get the clipping mask off. All right, so you click here and you go up to Object and down to Clipping Mask. You tell it to release, and then your pattern comes back. You can see the whole pattern hanging off the artboard. All right, so now let's mock this up in Printful.com and see what this looks like on a pair of shoes. All right, so in Printful, there is you can pick out your shoe size, and then you can just click to start designing. All right, so when I click to start designing, it's saying, hey, drop your design here, which you can drag and drop, or you can choose a file that you've uploaded previously. So I'm going to click choose a file and tell it to upload my new file, which is my canvas shoes. Well, first of all, I forgot to show you how to export in Adobe Illustrator. That's important. All right, so it's going to export this pattern. If you go to File and then down to Export and click on Export As, it's important right here to click Use the Artboard, just what's on the artboard. Okay, and we're just going to put, we're going to name this Shoe Pattern Polka Dots. Just a simple pattern for this example, and then click Export. This is what it's going to export, just a picture at 300 pixels per square inch, which is really good resolution, so it looks nice, and click OK. All right, so now I've saved that in my computer, and I'm going to go Upload File, and I'm going to find Shoe Pattern Polka Dots right here. And I double click, and it brings it into Printful, and I don't see it. There it is. Okay. Once it's uploaded in Printful, you can click Apply. And this is the cut and sew layout design, but we like to see it in the mock-up view right here on the right. So I click mock-up view, and this is where it's going to begin to show me the pattern that I'm laying out. All right. And now I want to see it on the tongue, and I want to see it on the left shoe. So there's several things that you can do. Click back on design view. You can change the color of the canvas shoe. It doesn't have to be white. And you can also change the color of the tongue. So I can show you how to do that. I'm going to click on the right shoe. I'm going to click on choose file. I'm going to apply my pattern to the right shoe. And then show you what it looks like on both. Okay, so this is without doing the tongue. If you want to play around with seeing what the tongue might look like a different color, or the canvas might look like a different color, you go back to design view and you click on left shoe tongue, and you would go over here to background fill, and this is where it would fill in the color of the tongue. You can also put a different pattern here if you want to create another pattern on another artboard. So just to play around with it and show you, I could do a cyan color and show you on the shoe what that would look like. So this is just for the tongue. It changes the tongue here. But me personally, I like to see the whole pattern on the shoe. So I would go back to design view, and to get rid of that, I would you can X out of the pictures, or you can just click no color and it takes it off. And then you can go back to the design button and choose the pattern for the tongue. So there, the pattern's on your left tongue, and now we're going to put the pattern on the right tongue by clicking choose file, apply the pattern. Okay, and then you actually can brand your shoe. There's a branding option right here where they put the logo on the box when you sell it, and they put it inside the shoe as well. Down here, they put it down on the bottom of the shoe. So that's pretty exciting. If you decide that you want to brand it, then all you have to do is go back to the file guidelines and get the branding size for the label. And I can show you that at the very end of the video. So here's the shoes mocked up with the pattern on the tongue and on the canvas shoe. Okay. And then if you wanted to change the background color of the shoe, you could do that by going back to the design view and just changing the background color of the shoe. So, you could See if it shows up if the shoe is black. So it did not do it. Let's go back. Okay, so for the left shoe, um, I think it's not doing it because I already put the pattern on there, but that is an option to change the canvas color. So just keep that in mind, and you can play around with it in the classroom, and I can show you. One other thing I wanted to tell you, let's see, I want to go back to the product itself and look at the guidelines if you're interested in actually putting your branding label. This is where you would find it. It would be a 7-inch by 4-inch file. And you would put your branding on that artboard in Adobe Illustrator and then upload it as a PNG photo, just like we did the pattern. All right. Last thing I want to tell you is there are several things in Printful.com that you can mock up. One of the things that I wanted to mock up are to show you the specs for the guidelines for are the leggings, the all over print youth leggings. This is a file of 40-inch by 40-inch artboard. There's also pants, there's pillows, there's shorts. And so you can look through here. There's custom bathing suits. There's a lot of fun stuff in here that you can do for individuals or for yourself. There's hoodies. So what you want to look for is an all over print if you want to put a repeat pattern on some of these products. And then you would look at the file guidelines and you would create your artboard according to the file guidelines. And that's something that we can talk about in class. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope this helped. Oh, there's one more thing that I wanted to tell you. So for the hoodie, they wanted a 37-inch by 37-inch artboard. And I just took my polka dot pattern just for the sake of teaching this tutorial to show you one thing. If you create a pattern and you've got all this hanging off the side that you need to send over to this side, you don't have to do it one by one. You can actually take the selection tool and go right down the outside of the artboard and grab everything at one time. And then you would right-click, copy, right-click, paste in place, and then go to your transform box up in the window down to transform. And I put this little note here for myself because this is the X value, and I have to hit minus and the size of the artboard, which is 37 inches, to send it over to the other side. You see how quick that is? So that's a big time saver. And the same thing for the top. If I want to send this to the bottom, I just highlight everything at the top, right-click, copy, right-click, paste in place. And then my note here is that I have to go to the positive Y value. So, and I click the Y value, hit plus, and 37, which is the size of the artboard. And when I hit enter, it sends it right down here all together. And then that's ready to mock up on something like leggings or a hoodie. So just to show you, if I wanted to do leggings, the size of the leggings is, here's all over print youth leggings. And the size that they need is 40 by 40. I've almost got that size. I've got 37 by 37. So if I was actually going to order these, I would make sure that my size was correct. But for this video and the sake of time, I'm just going to apply my 37 by 37 so that you can actually see what they would look like. And you've got some choices here for white stitching or black stitching, but here you go. So I've got these silly little pattern on these leggings, which I wouldn't actually order these. I would design something different, but I wanted to show you just how quickly you can take a pattern and apply it to several different things. I can also go up here to pillows. And the pillows require something like 23 inches by 23 inches. But I'm going to just apply my 37 by 37 and let you see what it looks like. So I choose my file, which is right here. And I mark it up to see what it looks like. And there you go. There's the pillow. All right, so I can't wait to see what you create. I hope this video helped you. Thanks, y'all.